Yo, what's up, dude?
What's going on? Make any plays today?
Just picked up some diamond calls at the end of the day.
Nice.
Small position.
I took a day trade on Tyson today. It was really nice. Made 33%. Made up all my losses on Disney.
Nice.
I took a short. It gapped up. Had a really massive opening. But I just thought it was kind of extended. I put in a low bid, which perfectly filled like right at the top for a debit spread for a short. I put in it was at like 80 cents. I put in a bid for 60 cents per contract, and I got filled. And then that was like literally the top of Tyson, and it fucking died. And then I took profit at 33%. I could have made probably like 50%, but it was a good profit.
I dropped a link in chat. That's basically what I'm playing right there. Hopefully, hoping that holds. Like I said, it's a small position.
Yeah, I like that. The 618. Right on that pivot too.
Yeah, I basically have two, support levels there.
Was that on the daily? Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a little extended as well. Like to the downside, it's kind of a big failure. They have a rate cut they think is coming up next month as well. Or not next month, in September. Or actually, yeah, next month, yeah. And then all the tariffs with China, obviously.
Yeah, that's what's fucking everything up. Yeah, I mean, I think it's overextended. Like, yeah, it's definitely due for a bounce.
I wonder how much my contracts would be worth right now. Let's take a look. Because Tyson is getting wrecked. Yeah, I'm basically betting Disney on earnings. I'm just going to let it run. We'll see how it goes. If it misses earnings, I'm going to get wrecked.
I think it'll be good.
I was reading a lot about it, and the analysts are kind of mixed. Like, a lot of people are like me. They think they're going to do well because of all the movies. They did like 10 billion or some shit this year in box office. So they've got a ton of movie revenue. But they're taking a hit on like Hulu and their Disney platform, their streaming platform. Their parks are taking a hit.
I thought their platform wasn't out yet. I thought
it's not, but the costs, they're like calculating the cost in. They said it's costing them like 250 million right now or some shit. That's what the analysts were saying. I bought the 8250, sold the 80. Let's see. Yes, they'd be worth almost about what I sold them for. So it was good. They'd be worth 90 a piece right now. I sold them for 80. That's not too bad. Now, if this thing keeps dying tomorrow, then it's going to be another story. Sold most of your VIX at 21. What's going on, Keytoy, Sloth? Good to see you guys. Yeah, the VIX is pumping. The T-VIX was doing well as well. Your T-VIX? Yeah. I sold my T-VIX a few months ago, so I'm with you. I took a loss on my T-VIX Yeah, I was using it to hedge my portfolio. What's it at, 22? Yeah, I sold it way cheaper than that. Let's see what I sold it at. Yeah, I sold my TVIX at 14. I sold it way back in like the beginning of July though. Yeah, mainly TVIX is used for what I was using it for, more of a hedge, not like your main bet. People mainly use like TVIX and stuff like that as hedges.
Yeah, this has been my worst 2 weeks of trading. Basically, I've given everything back that I made last.
Yeah, I did the same exact thing this week on Bitcoin. I had that 9% win, and then I just let like 3 or 4 small losses take away my money. But that's not really bad when you think about it. Like 4 losses to make up for 1 win, but it's still irritating. I'm like counter trading my indicators, and I don't even mean to be doing it. Like my indicators have been bullish since like 95, and I'm trying to short. I always find myself doing this, and I need to stop. Literally like 5 out of 5 my indicators have all said to buy since like 95. And I bought at 98, sold at 10.7. I tried to break out trade 10.8. I got chopped out, and then it fucking mooned. Sucked. This was my breakout trade right here at 10.8, and then it killed me. It was a perfect breakout trade, just like 6 hours too early.
Yeah, waiting for a pullback before I get long again.
Yeah, it'd be really rough to long this. If you look at the daily, we're coming into that trend line. It's kind of in a no trade zone. You gotta either wait for a pullback or consolidation, then a breakout.
I think we see a pullback to about 11.4.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for as well. 11.4, 11.5. A pretty strong level. That was actually really strong resistance, but it just got destroyed because the weekly was so good. The weekly was an engulfing.
Yeah, I have a buy at 11.450, and then a double size now. I had it at 11,000 this morning. Remember I was telling you, and
Yeah.
I moved it up this afternoon to 11.
Yeah, I like this whole zone, like 11.2 to 11.5. I like this area a lot.
Yeah, I'm literally moving my buy up on the 4-hour V stop every time a new 4-hour candle opens up. I'm moving the buy up.
Yeah. Yeah, Keetway, I'm with you, man. I'm getting wrecked. I basically sold the top, or sorry, sold the breakout here. I started shorting around 11.1 to 11.2, and I said my stop loss was 11.250, but I really thought this resistance was going to kick in, and it didn't kick in, so I got wrecked and I closed at like 11.450. It was just a mistrade. I need to stop counter trading these indicators. For this week, I'm only trading on the 4-hour or higher, and I have to trade with the trading suite. So if I'm trading against the trading suite, I'm just going to close it. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I got chopped out this week. Had a really good trade to start the week, and then I just got killed towards the end of it. And gave up all my money. Or all my profit. Haven't been doing too bad on options. I got killed on Disney, but I just day traded Tyson and made all my money back that I lost on Disney in 3 hours. I got filled on Tyson at 11:30. I closed at 2:30. So in 3 hours, I made 33%. It was really good. I really like this strategy too. I might be looking for more of these plays to day trade. these gaps on earnings. I'm gonna start looking at these more often. That's how I made my money on day trading AES, and I made my money on Tyson. AES gapped down. I thought it was extended. I bought it, sold it in like 10 minutes. And then Tyson, it gapped up. I thought it was extended, sold it, and it came back down. So this seems like a really good day trading strategy. It's very risky, obviously, but I'm 2 for 2 so far on trading the gaps on day trades. Hey, Vazi, what's going on, man? What's your thoughts on the SPY on the next 2 days? I think, like me and J-May were just talking about, I think this drop is a little too extended. I think tomorrow it should bounce a little bit if it doesn't gap down on the open. I think we will see either a consolidation day, an inside bar. We might see a bar kind of like this, like an inside bar. Or I think we're going to see like a pullback. I think this move is just a little too extended. I don't think the tariffs were that big of a deal to dump the market that heavily that quickly. The dollar is taking a hit though. If you look at the dollar index is not doing very good. The dollar index is down about 1.5%. So that's also helping the SPY fall. If you're in a lot of longs or you're really heavy on the equities, you might want to look at some commodities like gold or silver. Silver didn't look too good when we were looking at it earlier today, but gold looked like it was doing pretty good. Silver looks like it's kind of topping out. Gold is breaking new highs. I don't do too much. Keytoy, can you ban hash times? I don't do too many forex pairs. Like I don't look at forex a lot. But I can take a look here.
Got his ass. My first ban.
Did you ban him? Thank you. He just came in here posting some fucking referral link for Beaksy. It's an easy ban. So my candles look a little weird because one of my indicators doesn't work on this pair. Yeah, looks pretty solid here. You have a cup and handle, massive breakout. You have the tariffs coming in. As long as you maintain above this $7 range, you're gonna keep climbing. The thing that I don't do too much technical analysis on forex pairs, because forex is very dependent on fundamentals. It's very dependent on how the markets are moving and what's going on with tariffs or imports, exports, all those kind of things with the governments. So I don't like doing that kind of deep research. So take my analysis with a grain of salt, obviously. But I think that as long as you hold this double top, this breakout, you are going to continue higher. This is on a weekly, so it's pretty long term. The monthly looks pretty good as well. This also goes hand in hand with the US dollar losing strength. If you look at the DXY, the US dollar is losing strength here. What's your percentage of research with TA and FA? It's probably like 90% TA, 10% FA. I'm a very technical trader. I don't do a lot of fundamental analysis. The only time I do fundamental analysis is if it's like an earnings play. So like on Disney, I did a lot of fundamental analysis today and these past few days to figure out if I think it's going to beat earnings or not. And from my analysis, I think it's going to beat earnings. But I could be wrong, obviously. Earnings is a very hard thing to predict. You have to have like insider information to be to have an edge in earnings. If you don't have insider information, it's very hard to have an edge when it comes to earnings. What indicators do you recommend? I'm currently using basically just my proprietary indicators. The only indicators that I'm using that are not my proprietary indicators is a 72 moving average. This purple line right here is a 72 moving average. Everything else you see on your screen are the Oasis trading indicators. If you like using free indicators, I would just stick to the most widely used. RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands. If you're day trading or like intraday trading, I highly recommend using VWAP. I don't do a lot of day trading anymore, so I don't really look at VWAP. VWAP is mainly for day traders. Keith, you said you got it to the dollar. Rest in peace, man. Sorry, guys. I know you guys are probably here for crypto. Let's take a look at some crypto. Bitcoin's approaching a daily trend line here. If you look at the wicks on the two peaks, you're currently approaching that daily trend. You're also approaching this doji level that hasn't been tested just yet. So you have a lot of resistance coming up. The 4 hour is very clean. The Oasis Trading Suite has had it bullish since like 92, way down here. You can see the flip, black to white, or red to green. You also are above your trail, and your trail is green. You're also breaking all of your pivots. So you had a pivot there, you broke that. You also have your auto SR flipping green. So you're very bullish. You want to be buying the dips. You could sell this high here, but it's pretty risky. You'd be reversal trading, obviously. I would like to sell here, but I've already been stopped out on like 3 shorts on the way up, so I'm just going to wait for the dip and buy the dip. I need to stop counter trading my indicators because all of the money that I've lost this week are from counter trading my indicators. The Momo has been bullish since the bottom. The OTS has been bullish since the bottom. There's no reason that I should be shorting this. I'm currently looking at this like 11.2 to 11.5. To tighten it up, I'd probably look at like 11.2 to 11.4. I want it to pull back to the trail, and I want it to pull back towards the trend line. I also have a few trading ideas that I posted in Discord that I haven't executed just yet, but I'm planning on executing them pretty soon. If you guys are using the indicators, hopefully you've been doing well on the altcoins. Basically, all of our indicators called the top of the altcoins here. You'd be up 11% on Ethereum, 24 on ADA, 9 on BCH, 20% on EOS, 16% on Litecoin, 19% on Tron, and then 15% on Ripple. There's a CME gap down here at 10.6 to 11,000 now. We filled this gap that I was watching before. You had a gap right here, which you already filled. So now we have a gap here, and then I think that's about it. I think all the other gaps are filled until you get down to these lower gaps.
Yo, Deja, what do you think of the blue pivot at 11.6, like from back in early July, I guess, on the 4 hour?
Back in, sorry, is it right now or last year?
Oh shit, I bet you're on BitMEX. Check out Kraken.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. Damn, that fucking pivot on Kraken called the top, like, to the dollar.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm about to start looking at these Kraken pivots. They seem like they're better than the BitMEX ones.
You see that blue pivot though?
Yeah, this one, yeah. What's that line up with? 11.6? Yeah, if we bounce off that and probably start ranging here, could be a decent buy. Yeah, these Kraken pivots are insane. This blue pivot here called the bottom.
Check out the 1 hour, dude. It's really, really clean.
Holy shit.
You have a ton of orange pivots. Like, look at that.
Yeah, you like popped up, pulled back to it. Popped up, pulled back. Use it as resistance. Popped up, pulled back. Yeah, these are fucking clean on Kraken. What do they look like on the daily? Let's see. Yeah, they're getting swings on the daily. See, the daily on BitMEX has really clean pivots. Like we have this one here that called that double bottom. And then the 4 hour also called that bottom there. Yeah, this is probably the strongest top pattern that we've had. Because these were all kind of like pullbacks. This one's like a complete swing. You have like a perfect fractal. You're also forming a pivot. This wouldn't be too bad of a short. The spreads are insane. You have a $440 spread on December. You have a $240 spread on September. And then you have a $200 spread on September to December. So these are all premiums. The funding is also climbing. It's at 0.05, predicted rate 0.01 though, so it's pulling back. Which time frame are you looking at for the OTS alt shorts? 4 hour. 4 hour is like my favorite time frame on the OTS. So what I base this off of, Ketoy, is I base it off of the Momo and the OTS lining up. So once the Momo flipped bearish and the OTS was red or flipped bearish, that is basically a sell signal. And you can see on all of these, the Momo flipped bearish, the OTS flipped bearish, and it killed all of these alts. So now we just need to wait for the opposite. We want to wait for the OTS to turn green, and we want to wait for the Momo to turn green. Basically the same with Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin turned green, the OTS turned green, and the Momo turned green, and it called the bottom basically. You just take a long, and you hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. My problem is, I got scared and I let go of my long right here. And then I tried to re-enter my long on the breakout, and I tried to re-enter like on this candle or this candle. And that last little dip stopped me out. I got in just a little too early. I'm currently working on an algo that, you've probably seen it, Kitoy. If you go to our team chat in the Discord, I'm not making it public or anything, I'm not showing it, but if you look in team chat, you'll see what I'm working on. I'll tag you in it. It's currently in early stages. I still have a lot of stuff to do on it. I would like this spread to get to like 500-600 before I take this trade. We're at negative 450 right now. I'm long 11.9 spot, short perpetual from the same price, currently getting funding. So pretty even then. Yeah, that's not a bad play, dude. The hourly's flipping red here, but you're still above the trail. I actually started the day down, let's see, 6% because of Disney on my options account. Ended the day up 2% because of the day trade. It was a good recovery. Seems like the day trades are pretty good. Or I'm just getting beginner's luck with the options. I can only take 2 more day trades this week. So if I find any other things that I like, I'll have to be very careful though, because if I open something and it goes against me right away, I'm going to have to hold on to it. But yeah, Keith, so if you're using the OTS for like the candle colors, the 4 hour is very, very clean. If it's a trending market, it will find the trends very easily. Like if you would have taken this trade here when it turned black, all the way down to the bottom, that's giving you a 25% move. If you would have taken profit when it started to turn white, probably somewhere around here, it's like 16%. Maximum profit there is like 15. Maximum profit here is like 18. These moves are massive. You probably wouldn't have got caught on that bottom wick, but you could have taken it when it turned white here. Maximum profit on that's 26. So you can see your maximum profits are like 10, 15, 20, 25. So if you take like 25% of that move, you're making very good money. And that's basically what we did here. I caught the bottom at 98, or close to the bottom. And then I closed at 10.7, 10.8-ish around this high. And we made about 9%. So we caught about a third of this move. But I just gave it all away trying to short this fucking move here. Just need to listen to the indicators, sit back and just not even worry about it. Just take it when it's white, just hold on to it. Let it play. Because the sad fact is I got scared and, well, I didn't really get scared, that was my target, so I'm not really mad at myself for taking profit. But on the breakout, I got stopped out. The sad fact is, even if we pulled back heavily here, we'd still be higher than where I took profit. You see what I'm saying? So even if we pull back really hard, I'm still not giving up that much profit because I'm still making more money than I would have had. That's just the mindset you need to get into as a trader. You need to not worry so much about the pullbacks and just let it run. I just don't short. I might miss some money, but I don't overthink things. See, the problem with me is I typically make more money when I short. I'm a short bias trader. I typically do better in bear markets. I do better shorting. So when we see like massive bull runs like this, I always fuck up somehow because I always want to short it. And that's why like I tried to short this move here. I got stopped out on my long, so when it popped back up, I thought I was going to fail. But it's just because I'm very short biased. And just basic technical analysis, not even, you don't have to do too much hard work here. You put in a base, you broke it. You put in a base, you broke it, you retested it. You put in a base, you broke it. You're putting in a base now. So now you either retest this base or you break that base. I need to just stop focusing on these lower time frames and getting chopped out by this bullshit. And just play like the 4 hour and just look at the overall trends. I haven't been trading too much on the comp account because I want to use the comp account as a tester for this algo that I'm working on. So once I finish this algo, I'm going to give it to the comp account, which is a little risky, but I probably should start with a little bit less money because that is a 0.1 account. But I want to see what it can do, so I'm probably going to give it to the comp account and just let it trade. Should have that thing done within a few weeks. And I'll have a channel in Discord probably. Haven't decided yet because I don't want people to follow the trades because it's going to be very experimental. But I might post a channel just for public, just so you guys can see how it does. Haven't decided yet. Daily downtrend is slightly different. Took the 4 hour bodies for the downtrend. Hold on, let's see. Higher high was key here for me. I took the long based on the 4 hour downtrend break. Daily downtrend is slightly different. Oh yeah, the daily downtrend here was pulling downward. You're looking at the 4 hour. I know exactly what you're looking at because I was looking at that earlier. So you're looking at this. Right? Or like maybe even taking the wicks. Going on?
Just figured I'd check in. I gotta go out in a little while.
I think that's what you're looking at, Keytoy. Not sure.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Very good. Just hanging out. Don't have any trades going or anything right now, so.
I didn't see your Discord status.
Yeah, you know what it should do in Discord? You know, like when you mute yourself, it gives you those little icons next to your name. It should have a little icon for like streaming or something. You know what I mean?
Usually your name turns purple and it says streaming on Twitch, but it's normal right now. It doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it usually says that on the right, but they should do something on like the like where it says our name and trading floor. They should put like a little Twitch logo or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I actually bought some mana on Coinbase because I had some money just sitting around. Let's see how mana's doing. I need to look at mana USDC.
Deja's swimming in coins. He has some money laying around his bedroom that he goes swimming in.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought the. It's funny because the USDC pair doesn't look too bad compared to like the BTC pair. The BTC pair is getting destroyed. But the USDC pair doesn't look that bad.
Are you trading it on Coinbase?
Yeah, I'm doing Coinbase Pro. I had like it was like $100. It was something like really little. I had it in USDC, so I just threw it in mana. Took my first Coinbase Pro trade. They actually have a lot of altcoins on there.
That's good.
The problem with that is it's fully KYC'd, so.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, well, it's cool, but I'm not going on there.
Yeah. But they already know my money's there anyway, because when I put the money on there, you know what I mean?
Right.
But now they know it's trading.
I'm just gonna use Binance until they kick everyone off, and I'll just go back to BitMEX, I guess.
Yeah, I still have some money on Binance. Holy shit, that's actually coming all the way back down to this fucking... this wedge. That's crazy. BNB is coming all the way back down. Once you lost that little level there, you died. I keep switching back and forth, but I think I really prefer the white and black with the OTS. Makes it look super clean. And literally, I switched back to red and green, and I started losing trades. It's not a joke. My strike rate is higher using the white and black candles. Like, people think it's a meme, but these white and black candles have a higher strike rate.
It's all psychological.
Yeah.
The colors obviously have representations in your head of what they're supposed to mean.
I liked the green and red because it matches all my other lines. Like, it matches your auto SR, it matches the trail, matches the volume in the Momo. But that's the reason I like the white and black, is because it stands out now. And I've also turned the transparencies down on everything else, so the price chart sticks out.
I love the white and black, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every time I switch to the white and black, I trade better. And then I just, like, get bored and I switch back to green and red and I fucking lose money.
Well, it makes sense because of the association of the colors.
Yeah. Green and red are just too psychological.
Right.
They fuck with
My
you.
candlesticks are always gray and white, basically. But I think a lot of people in our Discord use the same thing. Seraphic does also, I believe.
Yeah, Seraphic was just talking about in Twitch chat. He says he likes the white and black on his charts also. Yeah, Seraphic, it's super clean with the OTS. Like, just zooming out, it highlights the black so, like, bright black, you know what I mean? And everywhere it's not highlighted, you can just assume that it's an uptrend. So uptrend, you get a little black, uptrend, black, uptrend, black, uptrend. It's just so clean. And this is why I'm fucking hitting myself, because look at how clean this is. And I was trying to short this. I keep finding myself counter trading my fucking indicators, and every single one of my losses can be drawn back to counter trading the indicators. Your Ichi is black and white? Yeah, I've seen your Ichi, it's clean. Yeah, I love doing that. I love matching the cloud with like whatever colors you're using. You use like a darker background though, don't you? Let me see one of your charts. Or no, you use white. Do you use like the flat white, or do you use like the eggshell kind of like that I use? It looks the same as mine. You use the flat white. The flat white's just a little too bright for me. It's funny because the white that I use isn't even on the color palette anymore. They keep fucking changing the color palette. So thankfully I have I have this saved as a template, because I wouldn't be able to get this white unless I did it by myself.
You can load the swatch into GIMP or Photoshop and then take the hex color from it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd have to do it yourself. So like what I did on TradingView is I just took like the third white. But now if you take the third white, look at the big difference. It's like way grayer. If I cancel this, this is the white that I'm using. That gray's actually not that bad. That's actually not terrible. I wouldn't trade with that. It's probably easier on my eyes. That's just a little weird color. It's like too bright. I think if I went gray, I'd go with something like this. Probably the third one. That's actually not that bad. It's definitely a lot easier on your eyes. Price action is bullshit. This move is ridiculous. Well, Seraphic, what, like I was talking about on Discord, I think it's because of the weekly. The weekly is so strong that it's ignoring all of the lower time frames. This weekly had a massive engulfing candle. So I think that this price action is just a weekly price action. It doesn't give a shit about anything else. And honestly, I think this price action is very clean. Like I was just talking about on stream, you have a base, you have a break, you have a base, you have a break, retest, you have a base, break. So now you're looking for a base break, or you're looking for a retest. It's actually very clean. But this is just looking at this. If you take into account like the resistance levels, it's completely destroying them. It does not give a shit about these levels. And that's why I think it's more of the big money coming in from the weekly. Because typically when you see stuff like this, where it just ignores resistance, it's usually because of like weeklies or dailies. Yeah, Gyro showed me Flux. I haven't actually tested it out yet. I feel like it would annoy me though, like because I switched from trading to like videos to gaming, all that stuff, and I feel like the colors being off would just annoy me.
You can set the color temperature to whatever you want. Like, it's so subtle, you literally won't notice it.
Can you make it so like it only does it when you're on Opera, and then like it turns it off if you're like? Can you do it on plat like application based?
Not to my knowledge, but it's you can have it set so subtly that you don't realize it's even on there. I have it just cracked enough to eliminate the blue light coming from my monitor, and I don't even realize it. Like, if I shut it off, I can tell that it was on, but
Yeah.
once it's on, you don't know that it's actually there.
And you've noticed a difference in like your eyesight?
The reason I put it on is I'm photosensitive. So, to put it in perspective, I can't look at fluorescent lights without getting like migraines and seeing like the lights flashing and stuff like that. So being on the computer a lot, the computer screen was doing something similar to me. I was getting vertigo and stuff like that, headaches, all this. So I put it on there. I haven't had one related to that since that.
Are you just using like default, or are you using like special settings?
I have it set to the same color all the time. I don't have it reactive to the time like you can. I just set it enough so that my eyes don't feel the harshness of the light, and I just leave it there. On my phone, I have an Android phone. I run Twilight, which does the same thing. It's like right now I have it cranked kind of high. You might have seen in my phone screenshots earlier, but yeah, like it's really helpful in my opinion.
I turned him up, Seraphic. I had you down a little too quiet.
With Flux, you can just click the icon in the taskbar and you can click disable for 1 hour or disable indefinitely. So if you're doing like photo editing or something like that, you can just disable it.
Is that a free program?
Yeah, it's free. It's donationware.
I'll download it after stream. See if it helps my eyes. I think my glasses have all that shit. Because I have like every coating possible for like the anti-glare and like the monitor stuff. They're not like special blue light glasses though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is exactly.
I also have my monitor brightness down pretty low. Let me see what it... I don't even know if you guys can see this on stream. Yeah, my brightness is at 30.
Apple devices have something built in.
Yeah, I use that. It turns on at 8 o'clock.
Night mode,
Yeah.
bedtime mode, or whatever.
Yeah, it's called night shift. I turn it on. It's set automatically to turn on at 8. Then it doesn't turn off until like 8 a.m.
I always keep mine on.
Yeah, I know. I should probably just keep mine on all day.
When it does come off and I look at my screen, it's like blinding. I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly. That's exactly how I demonstrate the difference between blocking blue light or not to people.
Yeah, mine comes off at 7 a.m. Like usually when I'm leaving work and I like I'm throwing some music on in my car or whatever, and I look at my screen and I was like, what the hell? And I go to sleep in the morning too because I work night shifts, so
Yeah.
I make sure to put it back on because they say it helps you sleep.
Try it this way. Lay down in the dark for an hour and then look at your phone. Does it hurt your eyes? Well, that's what it's doing to your eyes all day long. It's damaging your eyes, basically.
yeah, I have my screen like so dark. Anyone that looks at my phone is like, how the hell do you even see anything?
Yeah, I have my brightness down probably like 20%. It's probably at like 20%. Makes your battery last a lot longer too.
I was at Best Buy the other day. I was trying to get a new phone. So the problem I'm having is, I have all these Google Authenticator keys and shit like that for, crypto and some other stuff. And I lost the secret code or the secret. So I don't know, like, if I have to go on these websites and disable two-factor authentication and then get the new phone.
That's what I'm scared about too, is getting a new phone. I don't know how to get rid of all my fucking 2FA shit either.
You could just transfer the key. Are you using Google Authenticator or Authy?
Google Authenticator.
That might be a problem. I'm not familiar with Google Authenticator, but one reason I left it is because last time I used it, they didn't have a key recovery, whereas Authy does.
What I think I'm gonna do is when I get a new phone, I'm probably gonna have to disable them. Like all disable all my 2FAs for like a few hours, go get the new phone, and then re-enable them all. Yeah, exactly what Respectus said, disable them for a day.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing too, just disabling everything, go grab my new phone, re-downloading the app or whatever, and then redoing all the
Just don't tweet about it.
Okay. I was gonna say, let me know your password and which day you're doing
that. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a great idea, man. I'll watch over your account for you.
So you guys that have done that, when you do disconnect them and you go get your new phone or whatever, and say, like I use Kraken, so when I go back on Kraken to re-enable it, it's not going to ask me for that same secret key, is it? Or is it going to give me like a completely new thing where I got to scan the QR code and it'll give me a new key and everything?
If you can't transfer the account over, you're going to have to set up new keys, yeah. I highly recommend using Authy for these exact reasons. AUTHY.com. Check it out. It's for iPhone and Android.
And all the like BitMEX and stuff uses Authy?
It's completely compatible with anything that uses Google Authenticator. There's also a PC and Mac desktop app.
Cool. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, when I get a new phone, I'll probably switch to Authy. Yeah, people are always wondering like how I respond so quickly to text messages, or like why I'm on my phone all the time. It's because my phone does not leave my fucking sight. Because I have so much crypto related shit on my phone, like my 2FAs and stuff. My phone does not leave my pocket or my hand like most of the day. Like when I had to take exams at college, it pisses me off because I have to fucking they make us take our phones and like leave them with our bag and put our bag like somewhere in the room, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Like my phone has to be on me. So what happens if you don't disable 2FAs and like your phone gets stolen? How can you turn the 2FAs off on like BitMEX and Coinbase and all that shit?
There's a way, I forget how. I broke my phone one time and I had to do that. I was using Authy at the time also, again, so I don't know with Google, but I had to wait 24 hours because I think they sent something to the phone saying like someone's trying to shut off your 2FA, like there's like a 24-hour grace period to make sure somebody didn't steal your phone basically or whatever. And then after 24 hours I was able to reset everything.
You have to contact them? Yeah, so
Binance was a pain in the ass. Binance, I had to go through like 10,000 different things to shut my 2FA off.
Yeah, so I'd probably be fucked because I'm not KYC'd on Binance, I'm not KYC'd on BitMEX.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's other ways to verify it. They basically ask you like the last deposit amount, your email, your password, like maybe the date you signed up, like all this kind of stuff.
I'll see you later, Cervic. You forgot to disable auth when you got a new phone? Yeah, I've actually been able to get a new phone. Like, I'm due for an upgrade for like a year now, but there's nothing really wrong with my phone. And I just don't want to go through all that fucking bullshit. Yeah, like, nothing makes me want to switch to an Android except for Tab Trader. Fucking Tab Trader does not work on iPhone. Like, well, it works, but it doesn't let you trade or anything. I'm at my house like 90% of the time, though, so it would only be a benefit 10% of the time. I probably would never switch off of the iPhone.
You could get an old Android and then tether it Wi-Fi to your iPhone.
Oh, you can do that?
Probably. I mean, you can use an Android phone as a hotspot.
Oh, that's true, dude. I could just buy... I didn't even think of that. I could buy an Android. I don't need a cellular plan. I could just fucking have Wi-Fi. And then just trade off of Wi-Fi.
Use your phone as the hotspot when you're out.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
You could get an old Android phone that would run that for like 20 or 30 bucks on eBay, probably.
I can't use hotspots because I have unlimited data. They don't let you use hotspots. But I could use Wi-Fi like wherever I was. Pull up to a fucking McDonald's, sign into my BitMEX and get hacked.
I'm the same way, dude. I can't make the switch to Android. Like, I use my girlfriend's phone sometimes, and I don't even know how to, like, fucking open up, like, text messages or anything, dude. It's like a different language.
Yeah, it's literally a different language.
I'm thinking of going in the opposite direction. I've never used an iPhone, but I'm really sick of Android, actually.
Yeah, Keytoy, that's what I thought about. I'd have two phones that I can't fucking put down. I'd have to duct tape it to my iPhone. Instead of having a case on my iPhone, it's just my other Android tied to my iPhone. So if I drop it, there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting that the 10 Max. I was looking at it at Best Buy the other day. I think it's going to be hard to get used to no home button. You know, like the...
Yeah, that's weird, I know. It took me a while to get used to the way it is now where it's like a press thing. It's like a sensor.
iPhone doesn't have a home button.
The new ones don't. They have... It's all touchscreen. The whole phone's touchscreen.
Yeah, when Android started doing that, it kind of drove me nuts. I like having the hardware, like, tactile feedback. You know what I miss? Our phones with slide-out keyboards.
Sidekick.
Yeah, the Sidekick was like one of the best layouts ever.
Yeah, I
Some
had
of
a
the early
Matrix. I had one that did the slide up and the slide over, so I had the numbers and the keyboard.
Nice. Some of the early Androids, My Touch had a keyboard on it, which was really cool. It's not really popular anymore.
Dude, flip phones and those slide out phones are gonna come back because there's really not much more they could do with these, the ones that they have now.
Well, you see, they're trying to make the foldable phones that have massive problems.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy at Best Buy about that, and he was just like, yeah, Samsung sent them out, and within days, people were cracking their phones. And I guess they blamed it on some film, like you're not supposed to take this certain
Yep,
film off the phone or
exactly.
some shit.
It comes with this film on it that if you take off, it breaks the screen. I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Pretty much everything Samsung does is a bunch of bullshit. That's one reason I'm getting rid of my Android soon. I went from using nothing but Samsung phones and like TVs and stuff to hating them now. I mean, like, I turn on my TV and there's like spam ads in the menu. Turn on my phone, there's trying to spam me to buy new phones. It's like, fuck this, you know?
Yeah, I think it is ridiculous that, like, same thing with Apple. They, like, force you to fucking do the software updates. Like, you keep telling it no, no, no every fucking day, and it will keep popping up and telling you to... And then it will get to a point where it will do it by itself. It will say, we are updating your phone at 8 a.m. There's nothing you can fucking do. You turn your phone off, we're updating it. Okay, motherfucker.
The last time I updated my phone, it's seriously super far behind.
I know, mine was like that for a while too, and then it just constantly forces it.
Yeah, jailbreak it, I guess.
See, I never got into like the whole like Samsung versus Apple debate. Like, I think like there's probably positives and negatives about both of them. It's just I'm so used to using Apple.
There's not really a comparison anyway. I mean, they're two completely different things.
When it comes to computers, though, I'll say that fucking Apple computers are a ripoff compared to what you can get.
100%, dude. I bought a fucking MacBook Pro for like $1,500. Biggest mistake I ever made.
Yeah, when I bought my laptop like I don't know if it was 2 years ago, I was debating between the MacBook or the Dell XPS, and they were about the same price. They were both about $2,000, and the Dell had better video card, better processor, more RAM, fucking everything better.
Yeah, that I was looking at the same one. I was looking at the XPS that was like 1,500.
Yeah, Macs, you can the MacBooks you can basically upgrade the RAM. As far as I know, you can never switch out the CPU or anything like you can on a lot of PCs now.
You got a PC and MacBook and one $400 unit? What are you talking about, your little Raspberry Pi thing? What's going on, Rum? Yeah, I agree, Keto. I think we're going to move towards, like, tablets. I think tablets are going to get so sophisticated. It's just going to be like tablets with keyboards, you know what I mean? We're going to have, like, the little fucking connector keyboards, kind of like the Surface, the Windows Surface.
I'm on a tablet with the keyboard right now, actually.
Yeah, I think tablets with, like, all their little add-ons are going to destroy laptops. Phones will be the CPU, yeah. Yeah, I like my MacBook Pro. It's really good. It's lightweight. Does everything I need it to. The battery lasts pretty long. It's just fucking overpriced, man. I should have spent maybe $1,000 on that laptop, not $1,500. The keyboard's sweet, but it's loud as fuck. Like, if I had to type in class, it's super clicky. It has, like, a trademarked fucking clicky noise, dude.
That's one thing I don't like about my MacBook is it has a chiclet keyboard, and I cannot type on a chiclet keyboard.
Yeah, they're super weird and clicky. Like my
There's like,
friend would make fun of me all the time if I was typing in class because I would try so hard to be quiet, and you just can't be quiet with a MacBook Pro. They're so clicky.
there's also no like tactile feedback when you're typing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has a weird feel to it because they're super thin. They're not like ergonomic mechanical keyboard keys.
Well, that's exactly the thing, is chiclet keyboards are not ergonomic.
I think if you're like a video editor or like you're somebody who does like a lot of traveling and you do powerful stuff on your laptop, you want to look nice and fancy when you're doing it, the MacBook is great. But if you want more money or you want more power for your money, more bang for your buck, you shouldn't be getting a MacBook. The Dells, like we were talking about the XPSs, they blow the MacBook out of the water. And don't spend your money on like an Alienware. Those things are extremely overpriced. They're almost more overpriced than MacBooks. If you want a gaming laptop, I think like the MSIs are good. The Asus ROGs are good. Yeah, Keto, you don't really need the GPU power unless you're doing like video editing or picture editing. Or if you're doing gaming, obviously. Yeah, man, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the dip. I want to short here, but I've already shorted the like 2 or 3 times in the past few days, and I've got stopped out on small little like hedge trades. So I'm just avoiding shorting. Even though this does look like a good short, there's just massive buyers that come out of nowhere. So I don't want to be on the wrong side of them. Look at Stadia. It can process graphics and stream it to you over the internet faster than your eyes can process the info back to your brain. I've heard about that. Isn't that Google? That's so fucking weird that we have like cloud computing that processes graphics and stuff instead of having an actual graphics card. That's so fucking strange to me. Like that seems like alien technology in my brain.
It's fucking Skynet.
Yeah, that exactly. It sounds like some Skynet shit.
It's the beginning of the totalitarian regime. They're gonna make everyone switch to dumb terminals and process on their computers instead.
I thought Stadia was like a console. Isn't it like a gaming console? What is... So, hold on. Is it a gaming console? Yeah, it is a gaming console. With the Oculus new untethered headsets and Stadia type tech, then add 5G. Oh, it's streaming. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. The VR headsets and stuff are going like wireless. It sucks because I really like VR, but with the current technology, I just can't do it. Like my eyes, it fucks with my eyes so hard. It fucks with my head too. Like gives me a headache, gives me vertigo.
I've never done VR. One of my good friends just actually opened up or is opening up a VR arcade, like store or whatever you want to. And I was gonna swing over there, but
They have some, dude. They have some crazy shit in Vegas. You should check out that shit in Vegas. They've got like places where you like run around and shit in VR. Like you and a bunch of friends go into like a warehouse type thing, and you like run around and fucking do the VR that way. It's insane. But yeah, when I wear the headset, so the thing with my eyes is, like the doctor tells me, I've got a really good eye and I've got a bad eye. So my right eye is like my really good eye, my left eye is like my useless eye, basically. And he tells me that my brain doesn't use my left eye unless I'm covering up my right eye. So when I put on like a VR headset, it forces you to use both of your eyes equally because they're built into lenses, right? So you have two separate lenses that show you the game or whatever. So it forces you to use both eyes equally. And it just fucking kills my head. Because my brain's not used to doing that.
yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I was gonna stop, but he's not open yet. But I think he's opening up like in a week or so. I know he built some like badass gaming computers to run all this shit.
Yeah, it does require a lot.
Dude, I want to say he spent like $8,000 to $10,000 per PC.
Jesus.
Literally,
he probably don't need that shit. He could probably do it, depending on how many people he's running on each PC.
I know he has in every PC that he built, he has two of the newest NVIDIA graphics cards. The two. I haven't.
They're 20 and they're 2080 Ti's. They're RTXs.
He's got two of those in each one. And
yeah, they're
got,
fucking nuts.
Top of the line processors, fucking all, everything's cooled and shit.
Yeah, Keats, why I thought about that. They can like add in to the fucking headset people's prescriptions. Put it right into the screen. Didn't they try that back in the day? I thought I read something like that where they tried. It was for cars. They tried to make windscreens prescriptions for people's eyes. So like when you got in your car, if you didn't have your glasses, your whole windscreen was like your prescription or something like that. I read about something fucking crazy like that, and I think it failed. I think it failed epically.
Have you seen that movie Ready Player One?
Yeah, that movie's sick.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if the show was like that.
It's pretty fucking close. We're probably like 10 to 15 years off. It's probably not going to be that fucking good until like 30 plus years, but I was doing a lot of research after that movie came out because I was intrigued to see like how long it would actually take us to get there. And most people say it's like 10 to 15 years probably.
It's crazy.
Because we already have like the haptic gloves, we have the headsets basically. They're already becoming wireless. The treadmill thing that he was running on in the movie, that's a real thing. That already does that. It's not as good as it was in the movie, but it was pretty much halfway there. And then what else? Like, yeah, the gloves we already have. The
You'd have to have
bodysuits.
someone build the fucking video game that's that big.
Yeah, that's the problem. The video games aren't there yet. We've hit like a dark age in gaming, dude. I was so hyped for gaming when I was younger. Like when I was 13, 14, I was like, oh, dude, in like 10 years, dude, gaming's gonna be so fucking good. Gaming really hasn't advanced at all in the past like 5 or 10 years. It's just like these tiny ass little advancements. Not a whole lot's changed.
That would be cool if VR became like the norm. You know what I mean? Like there is no more video games that we see now. You know, everything's
I
VR.
don't think it will ever become like, well, it will definitely in the long future, but I think like once you hit like that Ready Player One type level, it will be pretty mainstream. But I don't think it will ever take away from people just sitting down and being lazy, you know what I mean? Because that's, most gamers are lazy.
That's true.
That's why the Kinect failed. The Kinect came out for Xbox. It was that like full body VR, or wasn't VR, it was AR. But that fucking thing was way ahead of its time. It came out like fucking, 10 years ago or something? 7 years ago. Thing was way ahead of its time. And then nobody used it because everyone's fucking lazy. They want to sit on the couch and use a controller. They don't want to stand up and jump around. No, I'm with you, Kitoy. I've seen ray tracing. Ray tracing is fucking insane. But the thing is, all these developers have these crazy ass tools like ray tracing, and then look at the fucking games that we have right now. The gaming industry is dog shit right now. We have Fortnite, PUBG, and then what? You've got Cyberpunk coming out. Cyberpunk looks pretty good. You've got The Last of Us 2. That game looks fucking gnarly. The graphics in that game look damn near real.
Dude, look how bad the Spy and Diamonds are right now after hours. Down over 1%.
Nah, don't tell me that, man. Disney needs to fucking beat earnings. Yeah, man, that's basically, we're just seeing a ladder pattern. You're going up, base, up, base, up, base. The problem is when it likes to do this, it likes to do an elevator down. So you always got to be careful. But you can see base, crack, 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 crack. So now we have a base here. We can either crack it or we can pull back to the trend.
Yeah, that's the thing too. If we do look for a pullback here, if you look at that trend line, I get the same one drawn out. Every pullback comes down to the trend. So
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking for either a long consolidation or a deep pullback.
yeah,
If it broke out without touching this trend or at least getting close, I'd probably short that. Because every other breakout was very close to the trend. If it broke out here, it'd probably be a good short. Yeah, Kitoy, I agree. You have all these crazy ass like technologies that are coming out for gaming. These little development technologies. But the technology that it's running on is fucking antiquated. Yeah, 100%, man. That's why you always have to have a tight stop loss. They do pull that red candle out of thin air. Every bracket after consolidation since 4K has never looked back, though. I got to keep that in mind. On every breakout after consolidation since 4K has never looked back. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like once you break out, you don't go... Yeah. Yes, I'm not calling for like a fully pullback. Like once this breaks out, you could definitely go higher. But like if it pops up here and then starts to fail around this level without hitting this trend, I'd probably look to short this. But no, I agree with you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, these massive breakouts that never really go back. Bouncing off the 72 moving average here. Yeah, I know, Keytoy. I'm with you, dude. I was pissed. It was pissing me off because I tried to get in on that breakout and it chopped me out and then it just took off and I was shorting it. So I was pretty pissed off. I was also even more pissed because I had a long from 9.8 and I kept telling myself that I didn't want to close it. I didn't want to close it. And I closed it because I didn't want to give away too much profit. Dying Light 2 looks great. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, there's a lot of these like RPG-esque games coming out that look really good. Don't get me wrong, we're getting there. But it's like, fuck, man, the past 5 years, what has there been? Fortnite. PUBG. You had like The Witcher 3 come out not too long ago. A few years back. Like, I thought we'd be doing a lot better. Yeah, I like my setup currently. I lowered all my transparencies, the white and black. Just looks super clean. Yeah, keep it this way. Yeah, Red Dead 2, I saw that. That kind of died pretty quickly, though. You have, like, Grand Theft Auto, obviously. Those games have always been pretty high-end on the tech side. On Grand Theft Auto, but they're always pretty... they're always pretty close to the top when it comes to the use of technology.
I've watched a couple Twitch streams with the Grand Theft Auto role playing.
It's hilarious, dude. It's so funny. I watch Summit play that all the time. It's fucking hilarious.
Some people play it like too conservative, you know, like if it was me, I'd be running around, you know, killing people, stealing cars and shit
Well,
like
I
that.
think
These
like
guys,
the servers have like certain rules. Like you can't just like go around and be a fucking maniac like you normally would in like Grand Theft Auto. I think you have to, for the most part, like try to be like a standard criminal, like get away from the cops, not really shoot at cops too often, stuff like that. Yeah, I've been watching Kit Boga for a long time, Sloth. Me and my old Daisy buddies used to watch Kit Boga like a year plus ago. That guy is fucking hilarious.
he's awesome.
Do you know who that is? The guy who scams people, or he scams the scammers? It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
I think me and you used to watch him back in the day, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you actually showed me him.
That guy's fucking hilarious, dude. He is a one of a kind on Twitch. That guy's funny. Gotcha. Yeah, Sloth. He got popular on Twitch because he calls all those like scam numbers that try to scam you for like your computer has a virus or like all that kind of shit. All those like Asian like telemarketing style scam artists. He like calls those people and just wastes their time all fucking day. Did you see the floppy dicks clip? No, I haven't. Is that on GTA? Oh, it's from Kit Boga? No, I haven't seen that. Hold on, I can permit you. Give me a second. There you go, you can post it. Let's take a look.
Do you know what a floppy disk is?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Okay, what's that?
It's like a, you have like a, you will get a small disk.
Oh my god.
If you're using a desktop, it should be running on computers. On a desktop, on a monitor, on the CPU, you can insert a floppy disk. It's called a floppy disk. You have to insert it and you have to run it, or you can play from the floppy disk. You can copy your files. You can.
Online banking on your cell phone, like you're not logged in.
No,
Right.
I can log in. Hold on. If you want me to log in.
No, do not log in. No, do not log in. I'm telling you not to log in and you are logging in. Do not log in. Make sure you do not log in.
Okay,
Or else
hold
each and
on
everything
just a
is going to
second.
be messed. Do not log in! Do not log in, ma'am,
Wait,
or
what
else
did you
each and
say?
everything is going.
What did you say?
Do not sign in into two devices at a time, or else your account would be
I'm
blocked.
sorry, I can't
So
hear
do not
you.
log in.
I can't. Hold on, I'm
Do
logging
not.
in.
I'm
Do
logged.
not log in. Do not try to act smart with me, ma'am, or else each and everything is going to be blocked. Do you want to happen that?
Okay, sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
This guy created a fucking fake bank on his... This is all fake, by the way. He coded all this shit on his computer to make it look real for these fucking scammers that go on his computer. This is a fake bank account. This guy's a genius, dude. It's so funny.
My daughter
You
blocked
have
the
to
text
purchase
messages
1,000
because there was this guy. he and I were in a little bit of a relationship, and I think my daughter was jealous because after her father passed away, and I loved him. I loved Robert. I loved him to death. But, eventually people pass away. And a couple years later, I met this man online, and he was a prince. And every little girl wants to be a princess. And I thought, what the heck? I'm in my 80s.
Jesus, that guy's funny, dude. Oh yeah, a ton of people recognize him. Kip Boga's doing God's work, yeah. He was trying to Google about scams when I started getting all these scam calls. Oh, you found him. You were trying to Google about scams. I gotcha. Thing is, it has been so long now. How do scammers not catch him? Just start the camera. Yeah, a lot of them do recognize him, actually. He gets recognized a lot. Dude, I almost fell for one of those, it wasn't one of those scams like that, but it was similar, where you get the emails that are like phishing emails, and it tells you like, oh, here's your Amazon order, blah, 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 click this to like see your order details, and I was like, I didn't fucking order anything on Amazon, what is this talking about? And so I clicked it, and it started fucking downloading something on my PC, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to like clean it all up and restore my PC, and it was fucking irritating, dude. So it's actually very easy to fall for a lot of these scams. A lot of the scams are pretty hardcore.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, dude, it looked exactly like a real Amazon email. It was like spot on. And it said like, yeah, click this to see your details. I clicked it. Immediately, it started opening my command prompt. If anything ever opens your command prompt, you're fucked. Yeah, this lady, millionaire, multi-millionaire. My dad's done a lot of business for her, remodeled her entire house and shit. She's fallen for these scams 3 fucking times, dude. She fell for the lottery scam. She fell for, it wasn't like the Nigerian prince one, but it was one similar to that. And then I think it was the IRS one. And she lost like upwards of $70,000 to $100,000 on all these scams. One of them, she actually met a fucking random person in a parking lot and gave them like $25,000 in cash. This is a fucking millionaire lady. Like, you'd think she'd be really intelligent. She got $25,000 out in cash and gave it to a random person in a parking lot. Because of one of these fucking scams.
Those ones are so stupid where they tell you to go to the store to get like a Google Play card. And
Yeah, that's the people that Kip Boga scams. Yeah, just pay us in iTunes cards. The IRS scams, there's a few of them. One of them is like, it has to do with like taxes and shit. So one of them's like, you're overdue in taxes or some shit, you gotta pay this amount of money or we're gonna charge you a late fee, blah, blah, blah. There's another one where it's like your social security number is, I don't know, being hacked or something. I can't remember. There's one that has something to do with the social security number with the IRS. And there's one where you're late on taxes. There's a ton of them. Hey, Doji, be careful. My bot bans links. I see what you're trying to post, so let me take a look at it. The Dow and the S&P futures dropping on the U.S., designating China as a currency manipulator.
Yep, futures are down 2% already.
Did they just do this?
No, Trump said that was it this morning or yesterday?
They just did it 5 minutes ago. That's the official declaration. This is from the treasury.gov. Holy shit. Treasury designates China as a currency manipulator, August 5th, 2019. Rest in peace.
Shit's about to get more ugly.
I'm gonna post this in Discord. Thank you, Doji. Oops. God damn it. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't take Disney with it. Jesus. Have a good dinner, Doji. Appreciate you relaying the news, man. Thank you. Let's take a look at the futures. They're probably getting wrecked.
TVIX up 14% after hours.
Jesus. Damn, it hit 27. The ES is getting killed. Anybody who's short on the ES is making a fucking killing. $240 points. Times that by 50. They're $50 a point. That's $12,000. So anybody who shorted this top and held on to it, very small amount of people probably, it's $12,000 a contract.
It's insane.
Pretty fucking gnarly. Nasdaq's getting killed. Dow's getting killed, down 400 points. Dude, if Disney has bad earnings on top of all this, it's gonna get obliterated. I'm gonna take a full loss. I'm gonna have to day trade a fucking penny stock to get my money back. Oh my god, Disney was getting obliterated after market. It's down to 136 already. Yep, good thing I day traded Tyson. No, man, I didn't have a stop loss on Disney. I wanted to hold it. I had more of a time stop loss. I wanted to hold it until today. But then I decided to just let it release its earnings. If it releases good earnings, I'll make back most of my money, if not all of my money. If it has bad earnings, it's gonna get wrecked. So it's just kind of a gamble. It's not a whole lot of money, so I'm not that worried about it. I've already made back all my losses from Friday and today on a day trade on Tyson. I day traded Tyson. I basically shorted the top of Tyson, and then I let go of it around 84, around this pivot here. 33% in 3 hours. It was a really good trade. So I just need one more day trade or one more 30% win, and I'll be positive. The Disney trade's not going to kill me too much. The Disney trade is about like 60% size of a normal, like a full size, how much I'm willing to put into an options contract. Because Because I'll go up to about $100 per contract. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I think Disney, let me go check. I think I put like $70 per contract into Disney. Oh no, even less. Yeah, Disney's fine. I only put in $48 per contract. I typically go up to like 80 to 100. So even if I take a full loss on Disney, it's not going to be massive. I put in $60 per contract on Tyson and then made 33%. So I'm already making more money than I'm losing on Disney. I'm currently down 50% on Disney, so it's getting hurt pretty bad. I'm still green on the week, though. Even with a 50% loss on Disney, I'm 4% up on the week. So it's all about the weekly gains. It's all about the week-over-week growth. If I would have gotten my glue trade, we'd be killing it on the week. Glue did exactly what we wanted it to do. It got killed 30%. It died. And then me and Sticky called it out. He was looking for a bottom play here off of these pivots. We both put in our bids at 25 cents. It was at about 35 to like 30 cents when we put our bids in. And it rocketed up. I think they're at like 60 to 80 cents now, so we would have already almost tripled our money. How did you find Tyson during the bloodbath? I was actually looking to long Tyson last week. And sadly, I didn't take the long. We could have made money both ways here. I was looking to take this long because it had a beautiful ascending triangle. But I didn't take the long because the market was getting destroyed. So I was like, yeah, I'm not touching that. And it had good earnings, but it missed revenue. So they have good earnings, but they missed revenue, and they have a subpoena coming in for price manipulation. So I could have actually held on to my short. My short was, I bought the 82.50 put, I sold the 80 put. So my average was like 81. 81.25. So if it starts to fill this gap, I would have made 100, maybe 200%. But yeah, basically, man, what I do is I put in a max cost for the options trades. That's basically my stop loss. I don't like using the max cost as my stop loss, obviously, because it's a lot of money. But I typically look at it as if it gets like 50% to my max loss or like 30% to my max loss, I typically close it, depending on how big of a position it is. Since this is like a 50% size position, I'm okay with taking a bigger loss on it. Bitcoin's getting full retraced on that 15-minute candle, failing that pivot.
I'm gonna have to start going heavy on Bitcoin to make up my losses.
Dude, I think I'm gonna start going heavier on these gap plays on fucking earnings. I like day trading these. It seems like if it gaps up heavily and it looks like it's extended, it's a pretty easy short. And like same thing for the gap downs. If like that's what me and Sticky were looking at for glue. It gapped down so heavily, that's just an overcorrection. They beat earnings, but they had some news come out. I think they downgraded their own earnings. They said like, hey, we're not going to make that much money the next quarter, so they downgraded themselves. But they only downgraded themselves by like 10%, and they fucking dumped 40%. That's an easy buy, I think. And that's why it went up like 60% on options. So if we can find plays like that and day trade them, that's pretty quick money. It's basically like contrarian trading. Everybody thinks it's going to go down. They fucking short it to hell. But the path of least resistance is going to be up because they're overextended.
Yeah, you play the opposite move.
Yeah, exactly. And like, look at Tyson. 3 hours, I made 33%. Same thing on that other play. It was like ATAX or whatever it was. 15 minutes, I made like 30%. The day trades were crazy. It's like the same mentality of like the big candles on Bitcoin when it clears the books. It's really easy for it to go back the other direction. How's Theta Gang been doing?
I haven't checked, to be honest.
What's his website? It's Theta Gang something? ThetaGang.com. Let's take a look. How he's making you sign up to his website now to see his trades. That's funny. His P&L got crushed. It's only $1,000 now.
Yeah, dude, I think this is worse than fucking December last year.
He was at like almost 3,000. That
A
sucks.
lot of people are going to be hurt after this.
Yeah, exactly, ATX. That's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. But I have to be careful because I've already taken a day trade. So if I take a day trade tomorrow, I'll only have one day trade left for the rest of the week. And that is very risky for options because if I take a trade and then it goes against me right away, I'll be fucked. Because I'll have to wait for it to close. So I think once my day trades are up this week, I'm just going to stop trading and restart next week. I've got 2 day trades left. We'll probably take one tomorrow, depending on what we see. Basically, the big names I'm looking at for tomorrow, Roku still looks like a good short if it fails this trend.
They have earnings, I think, coming up this week.
Oh, they do? Yeah, I think it's the 7th. Why are you limited? It's the PDT rule. I'm not trading with $25,000 on my options account, so I'm under the PDT rule in the United States. Damn, I called out that short on Pepsi. It fucking got killed. Didn't you open a Tasty account yet? No, not yet. They still would have the PDT rule. So it wouldn't matter if it was Tasty or not. I don't want to open my Tasty account until I know what I want to do. I still haven't found like a strategy that I like. I'm all over the place. I'm doing put credit or put debit spreads, call debit spreads. I'm doing credit spreads. I haven't found one thing that I like. I really am starting to like these gap plays though. If I can keep making money on these gap plays, this will be my strategy moving forward. Sucks I didn't take that Pepsi trade. It was a really good short. Got killed today. See, Bank of America could have been another one. Once you started seeing it base here, you could have got in on a gap play strategy. Because when you see this massive red candle, you could look for calls in this gap, and they're going to be pretty cheap because it's dying so quickly. But then once it starts to reverse, these are going to start being priced in very quickly, and you can let go of them without even being in the money. So like you'll buy the call when it's dying, and then once it starts to pull back, just let go of it in profit. Don't let it, I mean, you can wait for it to try to fill the gap, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just letting go of it on the bounce. Both of my gap plays were nowhere near in the money, and I made 30% on both of them. That's one thing about options. You don't have to be in the money to actually make money. I called out that short on Twitter too. The problem that I'm having with options right now is it takes me so long to figure out what play that I want to do. Like which contracts I want to buy, what expiration date I want to go to. I miss a lot of these trades. I need to get to a point where I'm like, okay, click, click, done. The TA is no problem. It's picking the play, figuring out what contracts I need to take. It's a big problem for me. Like Microsoft, watch this one tomorrow. If Microsoft has a big sell-off, let's see the extended hours. Yeah, so the extended hours is dying on Microsoft. It's at 129.30 already. Microsoft is going to be one I'm going to be watching. We could day trade Microsoft. Now, to give myself some protection, I've been going out to September 20th, so I'm not day trading the very close expirations, which most of the time that's what people do. If they're looking for day trades, they go to the close expirations. I haven't been doing that. I've been going to the farther ones just to give me a little bit more protection. Let's look at this. So what's this gap going to be? The gap's going to be like 134, 135. So we're already down to 129.30. Where'd we close? We closed at 132, so we're going to have a gap 129.30. We're going to have a gap from here to here. So we could look at the 132s, we could look at the 131s. Have you got a simulated account? It's just delayed data. I don't have it simulated. I'm using a live account on Robinhood and then delayed data on Tasty. They delayed my data because I didn't fund it. I could send them an email though and get it fixed, but I'm not too worried about it. I've got live data on Robinhood. Okay, so this is going to be a problem because Microsoft has $5 tickers or $5 spreads. So this is going to be an issue. What happens if we go to a weekly? Do they have $5 on the weekly? No, they don't. Okay, so let's go to a weekly. Let's go to like August 30th. There's decent interest on these. Let's see August 23rd. Yeah, decent interest. So I'll probably do a weekly. Let's see. We have a gap. So I'd probably look for like the 131s. 131s or like 130s. So you could play a spread here. You buy the 131, sell the 132. Your break even's 131.50. So your break even would be towards the high of the gap. Or you could tighten it up a little bit, 130 to 131. You'd be paying $60 a contract. Your break even would be 130.50, which would not be too bad. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. The August 30th spread for the 130s or 131s. And I'll let you guys know in Discord if I plan on taking that or which ones I take. But that's a really good play. It's right on a pivot as well. So this is going to open up on a pivot. We could sell it into like a $1 bounce. So as soon as it starts bouncing, we'd probably go for like $1.50, maybe $2. We want to give it some room though. So like if it opens up at 129.30, we don't want to buy like right on the current market. We want to give it some room. That's what I did on the last two gap plays. I let it run a little bit and then I got filled. And then once it started to recover, I closed it. So that's what happened with Tyson. I had a perfect trade on Tyson because I put my bid really far out. The current price was at like 80 cents. Or sorry, it was at yeah, it was at 80 cents. I let it pull back to 60 cents and then I sold it at 80. So once it pushed up, it filled me on my 60-cent bid, and then I sold it at 80 cent when it started to fall. So if I would have took it at 80 cents, I would have made no money. So you have to let those come to you. But alright guys, I'm going to end the stream on that. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I will be streaming tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. And then I'll also be doing an afternoon stream at around 3 p.m. Today was a little later because I had to take in my car to get the oil changed. But tomorrow we're going to do 3 p.m. in the afternoon. As long as nothing comes up, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, morning stream tomorrow for options. We'll see what happens with the futures. They're getting killed already, but I think they'll recover. They'll probably sell off a little bit in the morning. Probably recover towards the end of the day. We'll take a look at it. But we're going to look to play a gap on one of these big names. Probably Microsoft or Snapchat, JP Morgan. Something like that. Trying to get out of Disney. I don't know if Disney's earnings are tomorrow morning or in the afternoon. But hopefully they have good earnings.
It's afternoon.
Is it afternoon? Okay. That's actually bad for me. Because then I got to hold it a little longer. We'll let it go. The earnings is the only thing that's going to save me. So it's either take like a 60% loss and bet on it recovering. Or sorry, not bet on it recovering. Or take a full loss and bet on it recovering. But alright guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning or in the afternoon. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.